guys, so we just got home from doing the Dopey challenge at Walt Disney World.
We did it.
Crushed it.
We finished.
We finished, as per all the medals behind us. Well, not all of those are from Dopey, but a lot of them are. But while we were there, and definitely since we got home, we've been getting a lot of questions about our experience and kind of like people saying, oh, I want to do it in 2019. Would you recommend this, that? All sorts of questions. And so we wanted to just sit down and film a video answering everything. And then we also reached out on Instagram and Twitter saying like, hey, if you have any specific questions, now is a great time to film a video. So if you didn't see that announcement, be sure to follow us on social media. Some people asked questions that were kind of like general RunDisney, and actually a majority of the questions were like kind of general, and so we are planning to film another video that's like general RunDisney Q&A. So if you asked a question and it's not in this video, don't worry. We do have another video planned for pretty soon. We just wanted to keep this video as focused in on Dopey and Marathon Weekend as possible, because even within that one race weekend, there's a lot to cover, and so we wanted to not make this terribly long. So, yeah.
With that, are you ready to hop into it?
Yeah. Do you want to tell people what the heck the Dopey Challenge is?
So the Dopey Challenge is part of the Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend, which is in early January. This year it was from January 3rd to 7th. So it starts off with a 5K on the Thursday. On the Friday there's a 10K, Saturday a half marathon, and Sunday a full marathon. Within that you can do the half marathon and the full marathon together for the Goofy Challenge. It's the race and a half challenge.
Yeah. And
then if you do all 4 races, it's considered the Dopey Challenge.
All right, we're gonna start out nice and easy. Which race was your favorite?
I think my favorite race of this weekend was the 10K.
I agree.
The 5K was fun. We decided to just walk the 5 and 10K since we were going to be putting a little bit more effort behind the half and even more effort into the full marathon.
Yeah.
So right before the first race started, the 5K started, we met some new friends, and we decided to walk with them for the 5K, and then we had so much fun. We're like, let's do that again tomorrow. And so the 10K, we met up with them, like made it a planned thing, and walked the 10K. We saw a bunch of characters. You walk around Epcot and around the boardwalk area, and it was just a lot of fun. I don't know why, the 10K was just so much more fun. Yeah,
the 10K is also my favorite medal. I mean, Dopey's obviously my favorite. Like, it's a stinking awesome medal. But of the rest of the races, the 10K is my favorite medal. It's just like insanely sparkly and girly, and has like polka dots on the strap.
It's like, right here.
It's like an amazing medal for a 10K. The course, like Tony said, you do the boardwalk and World Showcase, but that's the second half of the 10K. The first half of it is out on the Florida highways in the dark, which isn't really fun, but they kind of peppered it with some characters and other fun things to, you know, make you forget that you were walking around or running around at 4 in the morning.
And that actually leads us to our second question. What is your favorite character photo op that we had over the weekend?
Belle and Aurora in France.
So cool.
That was awesome.
As we were coming into Epcot, it's like towards the end of the marathon, in France, they were out there and there was this long line of people. I was like, oh man, I wish we could just stop and see them. And then we noticed some runners just hopped right in, and I was like, oh my gosh, did they cut that whole line? No, the cast member was like, come here, runners get priority. So we were running, and like we just passed the 25th mile sign actually, and like stopped, got a photo with Provincial Belle and Aurora, and it was just cool that they were like, runners get priority. Like, that's nice to have once in a while, RunDisney.
Yeah, and the two of them together, I was like that's my two favorite princesses. Like, that was perfect.
Yes.
I was definitely relaxed by that point.
my other favorite character, I think, is just kind of a general. Everybody's costumes.
Yeah. Like,
everybody's costumes were so cool. Like, there were just so many.
Another favorite question that we got was, what is your favorite merchandise? Do you have a favorite?
I do.
Okay.
Mine was this fun little surprise that we got after we finished the race.
You didn't even have to buy it.
I didn't even have, it was, well, not free, but you know, it's included with the price of admission.
You were ready to buy those though.
Oh yeah, so we were, right after we saw Belle and Aurora, we started noticing people with the medals, and they had this, and I was like, we didn't see that at the expo. Oh man, I hope they're not sold out. And so we finished, we get all our medals, we're a little tipsy on margarita, and then we see these volunteers just handing these out. These were free for everybody. Every finisher got a pair. So we show this a little bit better in our haul video, but it's coming soon to a YouTuber right here. But yeah, this it has a patch on here, a commemorative 25 years running Walt Disney World Marathon, and it has the years on it. But the thing that we did to make them extra special was we took them to Main Street on our final day and got them embroidered. I got mine to say Tony Dopey 2018, and Lyndsay says Lyndsay Dopey 2018.
So our next question is, how were you affected by the cold? And boy, were we affected. This race weekend specifically is so difficult to pack for. It is consistently inconsistent. Except the past 2 years have been extremely cold.
Yeah, we got a trend going.
So next year is going to be 1,000,000 degrees and humid again, like it was 2 years ago. So yeah, it was literally freezing most mornings.
There was frost on windshields.
Frost, there was really high winds. It was just in general very difficult to pack for, very difficult to figure out what to wear in the morning. We packed for literally everything from tank tops to a blizzard because we didn't want to be in a situation where we weren't prepared. So it's really tough when you're running because you have to be out there at like 4 in the morning. You're standing there shivering for a solid hour, if not longer, before you actually start moving. And by that point, you're standing in the corral and you're just ready to get moving so that you can start warming up. And so with our method of walking the 5K and 10K, that never really gave us a chance to warm up, but we knew that going in. And so we just layered on the clothes for the morning of the 5K and 10K because we knew we were never going to reach the point of like breaking a sweat and needing to take off clothes. We just literally put on as much clothing as we could, and it worked out well. The 10K, we wore just a little bit less and then ended up ditching one layer, and then same for the marathon, wore just a little bit less and were able to ditch more. But the big thing was staying warm in the corral, keeping our ears and heads warm and covered. It definitely augmented our costumes quite a bit, and that was probably like the most disheartening thing. We decided really last minute to make costumes, but I like poured myself into the costumes like those last few days. And so we just looked a little silly, a little puffy, wearing, you know, 4 or 5 layers of sweatshirts underneath costumes, but that's okay. It's definitely was a memorable experience, and honestly, I would rather it be really cold than really hot. So
yeah, you can always put more layers on. You can only take so much off at Disney. So that wasn't the hardest part. We got a couple of questions about the other challenges that we faced over the weekend. So
yeah, basically a question that we got a lot was like, what was your sleep schedule? Did you even get to sleep? And kind of what was the hardest part about Disney. And to us, those two really went hand in hand because sleeping was the hardest.
Yeah, and we've talked to other people about it too. It's that the Dopey, you're waking up 4 days in a row at 2:30 in the morning, and it's just hard to get up that early. And then you have 3 hours from wake up until the race actually starts. And then you still want to be able to go out and have fun afterwards. Last year when we did the marathon, just the marathon, we asked people and they said that's what threw them off, was just waking up so early, so consistently.
Yeah. We basically asked, what's the hardest part? You know, we're doing our first marathon tomorrow. How big of a stretch is it for us to look at doing Dopey in the future? They're like, if you can do the marathon, you can do Dopey. It's just the waking up that sucks. And we were like, that's kind of a BS answer. I don't believe you.
They were right.
But they were right. That really is a very tough balance.
funny story about that. That day that the half marathon was canceled, we had yet to run the marathon. You had never run a marathon.
Never.
I
had never run more than 14 miles.
We went back to the Expo that day and signed up for Dopey 2018. They got us in this predicament. So
and we did it.
We did it. So thanks to the encouragement of all those, like that group of friends,
absolutely.
We were like, yeah, we can do it, but the sleep's gonna be the hardest part.
They were serious enablers.
Yes. But yeah, that made it really hard, and also the kind of the worry that you were missing out on park time. But we just came to terms with that this was a run-cation, not a vacation.
Yeah.
It was both, but you know.
It's really finding a balance there. You have to listen to your body, and you know, you make your fast passes and your dining reservations and everything, and you plan to have some fun in the parks. You know, plan for a couple hours. But if you're just beat and defeated midday and you need to go take a nap, go take a nap. Listen to your body. I really made sure to schedule our fast passes like boom, 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 all three within a 3-hour block rather than throughout the day. That way we could do our 3 fast passes, feel like we really had a successful park day, and then if we just wanted to bail, we could bail. Instead of like, oh, well, we have 2 hours to kill before our fast pass, so let's just walk around and wander around and put 5 miles on our feet. That's not the thing to do.
No, you have to limit yourself. And that was actually another one of the questions is, what do you do between races to keep your feet and legs from being sore? Feet's the hardest part just because you're on your feet so much within the parks.
Yeah.
But keeping moving after each race definitely helped. On the day of the 5K, our phones tracked us that we had walked 6 miles. On the day of our 10K, we ended up walking like a cumulative of like 13 miles that day. And so just keeping moving, I think like really helped. Like it was a 3-day warm up to a marathon.
Yeah, it just worked out really well. Like I had way less leg cramping or other issues.
And you didn't break your foot.
Than ever before. I didn't break a single bone or anything. I honestly felt amazing. We were at the grocery store back home 2 days after the marathon, and we were walking around, and I was like, it just hit me that we had run a marathon 2 days prior, and I was like, do you hurt at all? Like, I feel fine.
Yeah.
Like, we ran a marathon like 48 hours ago. Like, it was great. Like, positive experience as far as that goes. And that was another one of the questions I think we skipped over of like, did you feel terrible after 48 miles?
Nope.
I didn't.
No.
I don't know what the secret to the success is with that. I think just, like we said, listening to your body, taking care of yourself, just, you know what you need.
Our next question actually came from our friend, Disco Liz. Her question was, what is your favorite part of Dopey versus any other Run Disney experience? So what was different, I felt, for us this time around versus any of our other Run Disney weekends was this was the first weekend that we really felt a part of a community, something bigger than ourselves. We met up with our run group, we met friends, we met Amanda and Jared from A&J Do Disney, we met Britt formally, like we actually met her, like last year we waved at her, but we met Britt from Adventures with Extra Magic, and then Stacy and Jared from Instagram. Like it was just meeting people in real life for the first time.
Yeah, like people who we talk with on social media and are friends with, but now we're like real life friends. Yeah. People who we had met last year in person and then talked with online, but hadn't seen in a full year, and then brand new people who are now real life friends. Like, yeah, it was just like, I don't know. Friendapalooza. Yeah,
like the other 3 that we've done, we did some with like friends that we already knew, and that was great too. Yeah. And this one was just different in like the meeting other new people aspect. So
I feel like we specifically were more open to meeting people as well. Like I'm definitely more of a
introvert.
An introvert, a shy person, in like I don't put myself out there, and like it freaks me out to meet new people, honestly.
The internet's scary.
Yeah, and so like Tony said, we did the Disneyland race with our actual friends, and that was a blast. But like, there's no way I was gonna be talking to strangers. But now, like, I just felt more at home and more like comfortable having already met some people. I was like, okay, people are nice, and like people are really nice.
Yeah. It's awesome. Our run group is awesome. Our new friends and old friends are all awesome.
Yeah.
And just seeing these people that like cared and encouraged us along the way, like
yeah, absolutely.
Man, yeah, people are cool. So yeah, I think that's specific for us for this weekend. As far as the like races itself versus our other Run Disney races, I don't know. Everything felt better. Like we didn't train nearly as much as we should have, but we finished it, and I felt less stressed about finishing compared to other races.
Yeah,
like, it's strange.
Yeah, I mean, definitely with the first 2 races, there was 0 stress. Like we were just walking with friends. We were like, we're not getting swept on a 5K or 10K. No. It was casual. For me, with being sick, I was like, mentally, I was like, I'm gonna kick this thing, but we're doing the Dopey challenge. But a little piece of me was like, girl, you're super sick. Like, this is bad. And so the morning of the half marathon, I was a little bit terrified because I was like, okay, I actually have to run today. I feel awful. I don't know what of my chest congestion and head congestion is going to start moving once I start running. And it was really making me nervous. But I knew if I could get through that half marathon, I was good to go. Like, a little nerve set in before the marathon, like I said.
But positive mental attitude carried both of us.
Exactly. Yeah.
Lyndsay was so sick at one point, like even during the marathon, that she like was like, if you just need to go to finish the race, you can go.
That was like mile 2, and I was like,
we hadn't even gotten to the Magic Kingdom sign. Like we were still shy of that, and she was just like,
corrals were still starting back behind us. Like we were barely into it, and I just felt like I was like bringing you down so much.
But no, it wasn't. Had we gone our separate ways on the course, neither of us would have finished, because I would have tried to go out too hard, and I would have just been worrying the whole time, like, where's Lyndsay at? So like sticking together, I think, is what carried us through it, as well as both of our positive attitude, like picking each other up when we needed it.
Yeah, totally. So. Yeah, but like I said, a little piece of me was always just really nervous the whole time. And when we were at the expo, I made us take separate.
I did not like this. I did not like this at all.
I didn't tell him this was what my thought process was until after we had finished the Dopey, and he was like, "That's so sad."
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I think we were at dinner with everyone,
and that was the first time you had told me.
And I told the story, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, that's so sad."
So to clear it up, we were at the expo, and they have the photos of all of the like different signs, like which race are you doing, the 5K, 10K, half full. And she wouldn't let us take our photos together. Like, people were like, oh, can we take that photo for you? She's like, no, it's fine. And so
I took pictures of him, he took pictures of me.
And I was like, okay, I guess. And so now we have 12 photos of us, because just in case.
If we didn't finish the Dopey challenge, I didn't want to be in the photo. If I got swept from the marathon and he was able to go on and finish, I didn't want like him to have a photo with him in the marathon banner and then me like smiling, from 5 days prior.
I think we just laughed about it.
No, I would have cried my freaking eyes out.
Oh. I don't know.
But it's all good because we finished. But yeah. No, but just a little part of me the whole time.
But now, don't you wish that we had those photos?
Now I do a little bit, but I don't know.
We need some photoshopping skills, like to just match everything up.
Oh yes,
this was
definitely the question that we got the most. We hadn't even finished the challenge yet. Then like immediately when we finished the challenge, this question started like pouring in.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do it next year? That was the question that we got the most.
So
we actually talked about it immediately when we finished. We like hadn't even gotten like our Powerades yet, and we were like, so what do you think? And started talking about it.
And it's, if finances weren't an issue, if vacation days weren't an issue, like
if just our wants and desires ruled our decision making,
absolutely, I would want to do it again. The community, the challenge of it, the fun. I wish they would change up some of the courses, like so it's not the same thing, but I guess it's a reason to do other Run Disney races. But if like money's no object, vacation's no object, let's go, let's do Dopey.
Yeah.
But since the real world's a thing, we're trying to figure out what we can and can't do, and like at a minimum, we want to try to make it back for the 10th anniversary of Dopey, provided they still have it, since they're changing all these other races.
Yeah, totally. We would, and that was kind of what we decided. Like immediately we would finish. We were like, this was fun. Like doing an anniversary of something is just like a little bit bigger and better. And so I feel like the next big anniversary would be 10 for Dopey, 30 for the marathon. It would be really fun, and we would absolutely want to try to make it for that. The question of will we do it sooner than that, i.e. next year? Hopefully. We would love to, even if we like can't come down for the full Dopey, just come down for like 1 or 2 of the races.
And just
maybe
come
come down and support everyone. Our friend Debbie is like
the best
supporter ever. You'll see in the vlogs from it, like she's the most amazing person, and like literally drove down from Tennessee just to be at mile 20 cheering people on with a cherry Coke for us. Like
Debbie's the best. She got in a T-Rex costume. Oh man, like
so much fun. She was the bomb. Like
she was awesome, and like just all the people we met were awesome.
Yeah.
If we could make plans to like meet up with like friends and make fast passes and dinner plans right now, I would.
Yeah.
Like if that was possible, I would do that right now, and I would like sign up for Dopey if that was a thing we could do.
Yeah.
So
registration opens in a couple months, so we'll see.
In like 6 weeks. Wow. Yeah, it's right around the corner.
Yeah. They don't give you long to decide. They give you just enough for the runner's amnesia to set in.
Yeah.
So you're like, that wasn't that bad.
But for now, that's all the questions we got.
Yeah.
If there's anything else you'd like to know about our Dopey weekend experience or a future like Run Disney like Q&A type thing, leave those questions below and we'll get to those.
Yeah, we definitely have plans to film like a very general Run Disney Q&A thing. So if you have questions about, we've gotten questions about like training, about the course, about the registration process. Yeah, like
transportation,
all sorts of stuff, and we're gonna kind of answer those questions within the next week. I think we're gonna film the video. So if you have questions, definitely leave them in the comments below. We'll get to them. But more immediately, tomorrow on our channel, we'll begin sharing our vlogs from the races. So tomorrow's video will be the Expo, and then from there we'll have the 5K, 10K, half and full. So you'll get to do those over 4 days, just like we did.
And then you'll get our haul of all the cool stuff we got, including this sweater.
Yeah.
Will I buy it or not? Who knows?
Very fun. And then we have a few other Run Disney related videos, including that Q&A coming up really soon after. So, and then we'll resume regular trip vlogs.
Yeah, so this is
soon after. I think we have like channel update coming soon.
Yeah, a lot of things changing around.
Yeah, it's been a weird start to the year, but we're really excited to share all the new rooms we got to stay in. That's kind of what we shared last week on the channel. And then this week's kind of like Run Week, where
it's Run Week.
It's all run all the time, and we're just gonna overload everyone with all of our running stuff because we're so excited to share.
We actually need to go to bed because we gotta run in the morning.
No, we do. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we will see you guys in the next video.
All right, bye.